am Lacey, and I would like to include my friend today, Alexis. Hold on a second. Let me turn up the volume. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, people?
So, I'm not sure how to get this on YouTube, so if this ever makes it to anyone, they know what we're talking about. So, yeah. I introduced a page called Movie Night with one of our comics called Warrior Friends. You want to tell them what it's about?
Of course. Warrior Friends is basically like a friend group idea. I thought it'd be fun to make an entire comic based on a bunch of friends who do a lot of cool stuff together. Partially from my personal experience.
Okay.
Anyways, Lacey is helping me to create wonderful ideas for this comic, at the same time characters and all this other stuff. And I'm learning a lot about animation, for one.
Yeah. At the beginning, when she actually first started thinking about it, I told her that we should include all of our friends, and so I was actually pretty interested in it. So I made a little character page, as I just showed. It had all our friends, which we gave short names corresponding to their actual names. Like our friend Teresa, we named her Tari. Tari is the one who has a history of her father being an assassin.
Really funny, huh?
Yeah. And then Alexis's character is named Axis. I thought it was a really cool rock name. It's a pretty sturdy name.
My friend Lacey's name happens to be Lily. She's like a caretaker of the smaller characters known as the kids, who don't particularly happen to be anybody, but it's pretty fun.
Now the kids have a very
They have a large arrangement of personalities.
Yes.
You've got Shadow, who's more of a big grump most of the time. Well, maybe my friend here could help explain it a little more.
Well, as the guardian or caretaker of all the kids, my job is to know how all the kids are doing and the personalities and backgrounds of them. So you have first the eldest of all the kids, and that's Shadow. Sorry, I'll show the picture, but I didn't color in my page. Alexis did. This is a copy. Shadow is this one, like Sky's leaning on him. Shadow has a very sad kind of history. Their older brother died. How did their brother die again?
He died from wounds from a cat attack. Remember?
Yeah, he died, I guess, protecting his family. But yeah, Shadow was very attached to his older brother, and when he died, Shadow became very depressed. And so he started looking out for all of his brothers and sisters. Now, Shadow has 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Sorry, wait.
3 sisters.
3 sisters, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay, not a problem.
I'm a terrible guardian. Yeah, but we'll go with the men first, yeah. The youngest boy of all of them is Rascal. He is quite the character.
Yes he is. In one of the comics that I have with me now that you probably won't get to see until maybe next time, Rascal is very boisterous. Apparently he likes to climb drapes and scratch them up.
As kind like creatures would do.
He's a big troublemaker, isn't he?
Yeah, and he has a very playful kind of personality since he is only a kid and the youngest of the boys.
He kind of reminds me of Sky, don't you think?
In a way, yeah, but Sky has a tendency to be more tough and a bit more overprotective.
Which kind of reminds me of somebody else, don't you think?
A little bit, yeah. And we shall move on to the second youngest from Shadow is Pierce.
Yep.
Pierce is a very cool cat, I think. He tends to be kind of, how do I say this, mischievous at times. Pierce. Yes.
And one of them we have him hiding in a door and jumping out to scare Axis to death.
Yeah, well, in the comic, sorry. Sorry, the screen went kind of black. In the comic, in one of the comics, sorry, Axis is looking after all the kids for Lily because Lily had to go back to the clinic to change her position to part-time instead of full-time. And during that time, Lily gave them a snack, and their snack consisted of pudding pie that Lily made and chocolate chip cookies with milk.
Somebody gave them sugar.
Yeah, so a very large amount of sugar, which they consumed in a fashion matter, shall we say. And Pierce was probably the hyperest of all of them. And he decided to run away from Axis in the whole house, and so she turned her house upside down looking for him. When she found him, he was in a drawer. Jumped out, and Lily caught him by the back fur of his neck and was like saying, "Why me?" So, yeah, note to self, don't give Pierce sugar. Only small amounts.
He doesn't
Make
feel
an
like watching
exception.
the kids anymore.
Yeah. And, alright, so we'll move on to the girls now, the small kits. Now there are twin kits, Shadow Sisters. He has 2 twins, and that is Fade and Pebble. They are probably the sweetest of all the bunch. Fade and Pebble try to take, they try to look up to Lily and Axis mainly as good examples and influences. So they often are around Axis and Lily most of the time, looking up to what they do, looking up to them for guidance. And I guess they see Lily as mostly a mother, because sometimes they'll be really clingy and like always wanting her. And then other times they'll be clingy to Axis when Lily isn't around. And Axis doesn't really mind it at times, but when they get out of control, she kind of wants Lily around to take them off her hands.
Which kind of brings me to the idea of Amber.
Yes, Amber. Let's go on to Amber. She
He happens to be a blind kid.
Yes, the unfortunate...
A very unfortunate event. When she was younger, their parents couldn't afford too much food between paying the rent and getting them what they needed. And in doing so, because she was so malnourished, she actually went blind.
Very rare in catch cases, I guess, in our story. So, I'm sorry, I sound stuffed. I'm eating while I'm talking.
Oh, not a problem.
Yeah, Amber has actually a really cool coat. I love... Axis came up with her idea. Amber has a very unique kind of pelt. Her pelt has leopard print, and she has, is it black or really dark brown tips around her ears and tails and feet?
Sometimes it looks kind of like dark brown, and other times kind of like black, depending on the type of light. Some comics they'll do it in black, some comics they'll do it in the dark brown. But either way, she has these huge tipped ears, and I think at one point I tried to draw her chest for black.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, an accessory. Many of the cats have accessories, and I'm sorry, we're jumping around. I'm sorry. We'll go back to the characters.
We'll probably make another one that'll be more organized.
Yeah, I'll go to the accessories in another video, but going back to the characters, our other friend Jenna, we named her. Axis came up with the name Jade, and it was a pretty good name. I like it. It suits her.
It really suits her. It's like one of those very excited characters, very loyal.
She's very happy about life. That's how I see it. Yeah, a lot of our characters correspond with our friends' personalities. Like mine's is very timid and kind. Teresa's is very,
very intuitive, if you might want to say.
Yes, Tari is very intimidating at times, since she carries a knife around her all the time.
And, well, she uses it as a bookmark, not really as a weapon, so just beware. Don't make her mad.
Yeah, and Alexis, she has a very happy kind of go to it, go get it. So she's very go-getter.
Very ambitious at times.
Yes, that's why Axis plays the role as the leader of the whole pack in our. I guess is it like a town or something or a city?
It's like a city. The only difference is it's more of just a group of friends and an entire city of people.
So Axis plays a role as a leader of all of them. She has to be, tough at times, able to protect anyone in need. She has a very, very unique personality. She's there to help anyone she can, even if she doesn't know them. So that's one of the very good qualities of Axis. And, which leads to Grace, which is quite the opposite.
Oh boy, here we go with Grace again. She's a very mild character, not very expressive in feelings, and can be a bit insensitive. But she does have a heart of gold if you look really deep inside her.
Yeah.
She's willing to fight to the end for anything. And sometimes when she gets into a fight, it's sometimes over nothing.
Yeah. Grace actually has a very opposite history. Her history was that before her mother died, she was very kind-hearted. She was very, very lovable, and then when her mother died, people started teasing her more, and her heart turned to stone. So she became very insensitive, as Alexis said. And she still carries around some of the accessories that her mother used to wear, which kind of, brings out the softness in her at times. And Lily kind of tries to bring out that niceness at times, which is very hard because Grace kind of ignores her. So Lily doesn't let that get her down, though. And
about time we got back to the guys in a little bit.
yeah. Our last female character, I'm sorry, is Sandy. We can't forget about Cassandra.
Nope, we can't.
Nope. Cassandra is she's one of our best friends. Cassandra is so nice. She's just, I love Cassandra.
Well, Cassandra can be a little intimidating at times. Her favorite thing to do to me in the morning is smack me in the head for no apparent reason. I don't understand.
It's not a hard smack. It's just like one of those cat paws, like, bah, stop. And she doesn't always like that, so I always have to tell her, stop. So, but Cassandra is a very nice person. She's very easygoing, and she's outgoing at the same time. Not like me. I'm not that outgoing. But yeah.
Very subtle, if you might want to say.
Mm-hmm.
She could be exciting and energetic and subtle at the same time. Very interesting. Like a mixed personality.
Sorry. Sorry, I had to go see if my dog was at the door.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop the video here and go on to the mails next time because I have to let my dog out.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Alright.